Hello, I'm Todd Gooding, coordinator of officials for Southern Michigan football. And today we're going to continue with our series of training videos. This will be the final video for the weekly versions of our 2022 season. Hopefully, everyone has found these useful and a good training tool as they prepared for their upcoming games each week. Let's get into our plays. We're going to look at a couple kick catch interference plays, KCI. Two different plays in two different games where we don't give the receiver adequate time and allowance to complete the catch. We're going to focus our attention here on this receiver. Not a great, solid, fair catch signal, but we're still going to grant them the opportunity to complete the catch here. We do a nice job of getting the marker down on this after processing the play. It's well done by our head linesman here. We're going to look at another one. We're going to be right in this area here. Similar type play. One thing we also want to look at here is we want to be very stringent on anything onside or short. Okay, this one's tight. So we're going to look at a couple things here. This is really tight here. And remember, we want to be real stringent. This is a pane of glass when ruling on anything onside. Kick here. Really tight. So just something to be cognizant of when ruling on these for our back judges. And then ball in the air. And this is just a little bit early. We want to give them a little bit more time and allowance to complete the catch. We're going to focus our attention on the left tackle here. This offensive holding, this would be in the classification of a takedown. Locks up. So we're going to call these pretty much anywhere on the field. Near the point of attack, yeah, there's a Cretan advantage. Yeah, maybe. But definitely this takedown categories, we can call these anywhere on the field. So this is one we'd want to get a marker down on. Okay, we're going to watch a receiver coming across over the middle in this area here. Okay, right here. We just blow them up. Okay, we want to get a UNR foul on this. This is illegal personal contact would be the category. Okay, our umpire here might get caught ball watching. Apparently he's starting to follow the quarterback. That plays right in front of him. Then our line of scrimmage should also have a crack at this, as he's going to have these two outside guys. Also, the back judge would be towards the press box side on these. So we should have a couple sets of eyes on this action as this goes across the middle. Definitely a foul we want to pick up. So we want a UNR on this type action. Legal personal contact would be the category. Okay. On this play, we have a snap to the quarterback. And okay. On this play here, we don't necessarily have firm control to warrant a recovery by White. That ball's kind of loose. We're down here. That ball's loose. So we can't hear a whistle on this play, but White was ruled the recovery by White. So this is one we can learn from. We're going to let Red dig that out on that play. Again, quarterback doesn't have firm control on this ball. Okay, we rule a DPI or defensive holding on this play. We're going to focus our attention. Action is going to go to the top side of the screen. Okay, we get a foul here. So watch this play out. So that the defensive back thinks he's tackling the wide receiver here. Okay. We throw a foul for defensive holding, I believe, but we do have a flag on this. Okay, we're going to want more of a delay to justify defensive holding on this play. This is bang, bang. There's an element of time in this game, and clearly a defensive back thinks he's making a play on the receiver. So just something to learn from. This is one we'd want to not have a foul on. We just want to play on here. Again, reasoning's a defensive back. He's going to need more of a delay. That's how we'd classify the verbiage on this. We're going to focus our attention here. Right here. It's a defensive pass interference play. And we don't get a marker down on this one. So what we're going to, so remember in our handouts, defensive pass interference will fall into 6 categories. And one of them's early contact, another one's arm bar, and this might fit under both of those categories. So we have early contact, and as we see, we're pulling down the arm on this play. Clearly, we're early. This is a call we want to get for defensive pass interference. So not only do we miss the call here, we also get a turnover out of it. So this is a big play for White. We get a foul on that, or if we don't have interference by defensive back 20, maybe 7 makes this play. We do a nice job at the top of the screen here. Back judge does a nice job. Same thing, defensive pass interference, another one that would fall under the early contact category. Stop and go, that usually sets up. Now we're early. So 2 things out of this. Whenever you see this stop and go route, this defensive back's going to bite. And there's a lot of times you're going to get a defensive hold out of this. So we got to be cognizant of that, line of scrimmage officials, and be ready for that. We're clean here. Defensive back does a nice job early of playing this. Now he's in chase mode. Chase mode puts him suspect. Suspect puts him not playing the ball. Early contact. Nice job by our back judge to pick up this foul. You can see an end zone view here. You can see he's in chase mode. Early. Nice job by our back judge to get this foul. Well done. This one's at the mesh point. This is a blindside block. This one's right on the mesh point of if it's a foul and if it's not a foul. So we're going to watch a change of direction play. Then you're going to see white receiver gaining speed. He's going to come out of the side of the screen. Okay, now if we call a blindside block on this, I think we'd support it. But also where we kind of gauge this is the defender doesn't go to the ground, so it's not a violent block. And he may start to see this at the front side as he turns to pursue this. So we don't put a flag down on this. This is kind of one we'll support with a no call just because the defender didn't go down, but also one we probably could support if it was called. So this one's right at the break point too of how we call blindside blocks. Get another angle here from the left side of your screen. We're really well mechanical here. Our line of scrimmage officials starting to get in the backfield. And then our referee does a nice job trailing this play. So he gets a good look at it. So that's all you can ask for. So just a play to discuss in your pre-games and when discussing blindside blocks and UNRs. Here's a foul. We're going to focus our attention on the left tackle. This is a safety foul. Left guard here is going to be engaged, and then our left tackle is just going to cut down. So we have a high engagement here with the left guard. Then our left tackle goes low. This is a safety foul. Umpire can help with this. Umpire referee going to have the best look at this. So this is a safety foul. This is a foul we want to get. This is a chop block because we have high-low engagement, and it's a tough play there, but that's one our umpire has to pick up, possibly our referee. Nice job here on a UNR foul by our line judge. And that's close. It's a tight play. We're going to get contact, a wrap, and then the suplex. Nice coverage here by the line of scrimmage official. Lets the play go in front of him, 5 to 7 yards, trailing it, gets a good look. We get a wrap up. And now we have what we call a suplex. This is called the UNR second act. All we want to do now is kill the clock as a line of scrimmage official, and we don't want a banana in. We still want to square these off the best we can. But a good get, a foul we want to get here. We have a targeting foul called on this play. We'll focus on the safety. Okay, we complete the catch. We come up and we get a marker down for targeting. Okay, so here's the definition of targeting at the Federation High School level. Targeting is going to be any act by a player who takes aim and initiates contact against an opponent above the shoulders with the helmet, forearm, hand, fist, elbow, or shoulders. Now let's go back to it. And I don't believe we check any of these boxes. Okay, we'll see the D back. He'll start to break down actually where he has 2 feet and he's going to lead with his hands. Okay, he's almost absorbing the contact here. His head straight up, if not back. He's broken down to 2 feet and his hands are leading the way. Okay, and then we get a targeting. I'd like to see our back judge come in and offer something on this and try to talk our line of scrimmage official off on this. Thankfully, we don't eject the player on this play, but this is one we definitely don't want to have a foul for targeting. Again, there's what we're looking for targeting and a play to learn from. We're going to look at a punt play here. We're going to talk some mechanics first. Line of scrimmage, we're setting the outside receivers with our back foot, our nearest foot towards the offense. Okay, it's been a long time, and I don't remember a time when we're going to set the line of scrimmage with our fist. So we're going to lean out. We're going to set the line of scrimmage with our back foot. Here's the line, and then they decide if they're on or off. We'll help them get where they want to go. We don't want to be moving them when the snap is imminent. That was in last week's bulletin, but we'll tell them where the line of scrimmage is. Then it's up to them where to get there. Okay, so we want to use our back foot, not our fist. Here's a play where we're going to mechanically, we need some improvement because there's hustling and there's hurrying and there's probably too much hustling on this play. We take off on a sprint and we're going to run by a blindside block foul. Okay, we do a pretty good job of release, and we want the ball to cross our face before release, and then we're going to go about 10 yards. Okay, and then pretty much anchor down and let the play come to us. We don't want to take off on a dead sprint where we're going to miss all the action and we get caught ball watching here. So we take off on a sprint. We got a big block at the 37, and we're going to run right by it. Okay. There's hustling, and then there's over hustling. So we should be breaking down. We should be breaking down about right here. That's 10 yards from where we snapped it from. And now our eyes are we should not be watching a ball. We got to trust our back judge. So we're going to be picking up all this action. That's our piece of the pie. And you really only have one threat. So this should be a layup here for a line of scrimmage official to pick up this blindside block. Trust our back judge to get the returner. And then once we have a return, then we can work our way downfield to help get the forward progress spot. That's a safety foul. We get caught watching the ball, and we're downfield. So play to learn from. Two more, a lot going on this play. This is just a play to learn from. We do the good part of getting the majority right. We're snapping from the 27. We're going to have a block coming back. We'll start fresh here. We're going to focus on 3. This running back, he's going to circle back around. Fake handoff. Misses a block, and then he's going to come back. This one's probably up for debate, but I think we'd err on the side of blindside block because he doesn't lead with open hands. Now, does the defender see him coming? Can maybe make a case for it. Is it on the side? Maybe make a case for it. But we get a foul down for blindside block, and I think we can support that. But here's one thing that we've been talking about in recent weeks is line of scrimmage officials. We want these chains working well off the white, especially as we get closer to the goal line and the sideline personnel is not a factor. These are the type of plays as line of scrimmage where the quarterback has an option to run or pass that we want to work straight back because of these reasons right here. We're working back, which we would do for a running play or for a running back. These are the type of plays that I've most recently brought up as line of scrimmage officials working directly back into the bench, because we have to rule on if this is a legal forward pass. And it's tight, whether he's over or not. Umpire seems to be in a good position to rule on this, to help out. And it's tough for a line of scrimmage plays. These are the absolute toughest plays to rule on as a line of scrimmage officials, RPOs and run pass option type plays where the quarterback can throw it or run it. We got to know where the line of scrimmage is. This play, we do a nice job as the umpire has a good look at it. They deem it a legal forward pass. I believe they get that from one of the officials, but we also have 23. We have lineman 70. When the ball is released, he is standing on the 23. So we have an IDP, an eligible downfield player. So just a good play to learn from, a really tough play. And so we have 3 fouls here by team A on this play. So again, in faster motion, game speed, we don't get all this luxury of screen by screen. We get a blindside block. We rule on illegal forward progress, and then we have 70, an eligible downfield player. So another great play to discuss in your pre-games. And one final play here for the regular season. This is just a play to also discuss in your pre-games. It's an eligible downfield players. Remember, when we're at the 15 and in, our back judge is starting on the goal line. So we need to know, well, first we need to understand that our line of scrimmage is the only time on the field we're not going to trail the play. We're going to try to work equal or ahead of the play, because we have to rule on the goal line. Goal line's the most important line on the field. We do a nice job of getting to the goal line on this play. And then we have a design play for a screen play. We just need to know how we're covering these. This is really tight play, and I can't justify whether it is or is not an IDP, but we're snapping from looks like the 9 or the 8.5. So how are we going to get these is the question you need to discuss with your crew. We do a nice job of getting to the goal lines to cover this, but now we got to officiate the line of scrimmage with our eyes and maybe get help from our umpire if he can get there. But this ball's caught. It's for sure between the 8 and the 9. So it's a tight play if it's over the line of scrimmage or not. Then if we got to be processing if we have ineligibles downfield or not. So just a play to think about, just a play to discuss. These are design plays. These coaches are smart. They know what they're running and how to run them. Sometimes 18-year-olds don't exactly run them the way they're designed. This one seems to be legal. And the only thing that, in summary on this, is plays that to discuss with your crew on how we're covering them. So the 15 going in, that'd be a play we'd discuss something like this, or maybe even like the 5 coming out where we retreat to the pylons and then work our way back out. Well, that's it for our videos. A lot of good plays with some things to work on. Let's have a great pregame conference, whether you do it on Zoom and or in the locker room for your pregames. Remember, we want to get quality fouls. Count your players on every down and be good communicators with your crew, with the officials, with the players, and with the coaches. It's paramount communication, especially this time of year. Remember, there's a lot at stake. So let's display our integrity, our courage and poise. Stay safe, stay healthy, and best of luck to all the teams that make the 22 high school playoffs. And for all you officials that receive postseason assignments, congratulations and best of luck. Thank you for your video support all season. And best of luck.